Tazz Washinton. We were gonna have a few other guys come in, but some other shit happened, so that's not gonna happen. So we got Tazz. He's gonna be playing some tracks, and once he gets his big over here and sit down, we'll be able to do a little interview with him before he starts playing and stuff. So while he's getting ready to do that, we got some Baker's Dozen for you. So I'll play that for you real quick, and by that time he should be ready, get everything all set up to his set up with his tracks and everything, and so we'll be right back. Once again, welcome to the show. Caveman is not with us today because he's not feeling well. Alexa, pause. Alexa, pause. Sorry, gotta tell the Alexa to shut the hell up because she's not playing music. I am. But anyway, Chris is at home. He's recuperating. He's good. He's okay. He appreciates everybody wanting to go kill everybody for him, but we can't kill anybody yet because we don't know who it is that we're going to kill. Not that we could actually do anything anyway, so we wouldn't do that. We know Black Lives Matter. It's okay. My daughter's over here looking at me like, Dad. But, that's just how it goes sometimes, We don't know. It was in a bad area, drop in Boulder. So if anybody knows anything, hey, give us a holler. Because I know Tazz has a really itchy trigger finger. So, and so does Anthony Stackhouse and everybody else. So we all love our caveman, even though he does have a big mouth. He does run it off a lot. But, hey, he is what he is. Can't change it, wouldn't change it for the world. So, that being said, keep him in your prayers. And here's what he is going to be for every lady out there. He has a 6-hour rule, but this is what he wants to do. So take it easy. Check out this song, Baker's Dozen, right here on C4OC Radio. And it's, well, okay, pause it. All right, there you go. There we go.
Hey, Adam, how many? How many?
You get your laptop set up?
That's what I'm glad.
Making those, yeah, you got your car. You drive the truck?
I can put
There, it's right on Jones. Jones is, when you get out of the driveway, it goes that way. The way they came in, that's Jones. So you're, I wanna be your love. I wanna be your love.
be very sensitive.
I wanna be your love. That's what I pray.
Hey, Marty. How's it going, buddy? Not too bad. Chris is okay. He's at home. Walked from behind him. Got a gash on his head. Face swollen. He doesn't know what happened. No. Wasn't him. He was in the wrong end of town. Everybody thinks that. No, I don't. He doesn't know. I don't. Believe me, if I was with him. There you go. Exactly. You're too old to fight. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's broken. We gotta get him another phone. Okay, I'll send you his house number. Yeah, he's at home. Okay. All right, bro. Nope. All right, bye. Yeah, it does. Pretty cool.
Just seen one time we're playing this place and the fucking guy's like, I don't want no red drum kits on my stage. I'm like, what? He's like, he's not kidding, dude. We don't like red drum kits on the stage. I'm like, what are we gonna do? He goes, I don't give a fuck what you do. Wrap it in duct tape like this. So it's worse than that though. Little crosses with an X in between the cross or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. At least that looks like a Louis Vuitton bag or something.
What's going on, Tazz? Well, I know it's a bigger kit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm all like shit.
Yeah. We'll just use one of them. He's not used to 3 pounds. No, he's not. No. Yeah, you got a little bit of light from over there, but yeah, we can put some more lights on. Hey, Adam, you know where these lights are at? What? Well, we can move it out of the way. It's not connected to anything, is it? Oh, yeah, no problem. Tazz. Tell him to move that one. Because all you're going to lose, you're going to lose one of the toms.
I don't care about
Oh, yeah, I know. We're saying just outline just
Yeah.
have him move that and just move the microphone. There's only one microphone.
Yeah.
Move the microphone.
Well, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna move it. But there's ways.
I'll interview with him while he's doing it.
Okay.
That way we're not just waiting around.
Okay. All right. That's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and move that bass because I don't care about the time. Yeah. And plus the club would be too much of a rumble. Yeah. 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 Thank you. Hopefully. Is this your phone? Am I too close? Am I too close to you?
Yeah, we'll just do it. What's up, Dan? What's going on, guys? Dan McCune says, "Hey, what's up?"
What's up, baby?
Got some Bay City rollers, some new Bay City rollers for you right there. Yeah. When my mic comes in, you turn the lights on.
Yeah. That's fine. Two people.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. So, what's going on, guys? This is Captain Steve-O here with Tazz Washinton. The man, the myth, the legend in his own mind. Bald Man Productions.
Ha ha ha! Ball Man Productions, baby.
So we got him in the studio today. K-Man has the night off tonight because he's everybody kind of knows what's going on with him.
Taking over for him.
No, you can never replace K-Man. Sorry, but I don't think if K-Man never left, there'd be no replacement. I'd have to just go solo on it.
Yeah.
No, but there's no plans on
Love
that.
you, Kate, man.
So, K-Man, heal up, man. Just get better. We'll figure it all out, man. Don't sweat it. He does have a message for everybody. He says, thank you, everybody, for the well wishes and the backup, I should say. It's we don't know, and well, I'm sure once we find out, we will definitely be taking care of that. So, not making any threats or anything else like that. We have lawyers in place and everything else, which is actually pretty amazing. You know, it always seems amazing that you never know how many friends you really have until something happens. Yeah, when something happens, then you know who's standing by you. Yeah, and when you don't have anybody just not saying anything or doesn't give a shit or anything like that, and then you know too, which it's it happens. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to get involved in stuff like this. I mean, he's my friend, and I got his back. And if he would have called me, or if he would have went back home with me, would have been something else. And so anyway, okay, Noonie, we're on air. We're on air. So drama stays outside. But yeah. Anyway, Chris appreciates all the love, and he appreciates all the love, and he's in dire need of all the attention. But no, it's all good. So Tazz, what do you? Yeah, Chris is a good man. So share this page is because obviously we're not doing Facebook Live. He's not here, so he usually does a Facebook Live. I do the YouTube Live on this show. but they're not. He's not here, so we're not. I can't do everything like that. So, so what's been going on, Tazz? What's been going on
it's
in your world?
Well, basically, trying to deal with this COVID situation thing. I guess everybody else is doing the same thing. There's just trying to cope, man. Trying to keep myself above water. Trying to keep my mind in a stable place where I don't have to, decide to think that the world is going crazy and go out and, do something stupid.
Yeah. Well, definitely, the world is definitely going crazy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
But other than that, I'm just waiting for the next, like you guys. I'm just waiting for the next gig, man. Just surviving the best way I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess it puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets phase 1 again. Tell you. But yeah, it's just. I mean, the way things are going. I mean, that's just.
What do you think is wrong?
Actually, I think we're heading for another civil war.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, it's going to be all the domestic terrorist groups.
Yeah.
I don't want to really, because not everybody in the Black Lives Matter movement is a terrorist. That's obvious.
Yeah. I get that.
Maybe not. I mean, I think everybody in the Antifa movement is a terrorist. You know, the defund the police thing and all that other stuff. I mean, that's just not. We've seen what happens.
Right.
Seattle had that Chaz or Chop area, and look what happened over a weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Over a
few
weekend period,
days.
just over a couple of days, and that was just completely uncalled for. I mean,
Right.
it was just,
Right.
and then they wonder why, the police do what they do.
Yeah. That's true.
When you sit there and you go and you scream it, there was a guy that found out the hard way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even here in America; it was in England. With the Queen's Guard, guy with the tall beaver hats and the red coats.
Right.
They're standing there.
Uh-huh.
They're not supposed to move
Right.
till you touch them.
Right.
Don't touch them.
No, you got
This guy's sitting there doing all this little stuff.
Yeah.
He went. His elbow brushed him like
Right.
that,
Yeah.
and the dude knocked him on his ass. Bam! Picked his hat up, put it
Some
on there,
people
and
deserve
stood
it.
back on attention.
Some people deserve it. Some
And this
people
dude was out, cold,
sleep.
out
Sleep.
completely. Just bam, that was it.
No,
And there was a bunch of
touching
people
cats.
going, "Don't touch him! Don't
go
touch him!"
the cat. No.
His elbow barely brushed his jacket,
And he ran.
and he took him to the
over.
house.
Yep.
And that
Amen to
was,
that.
and it's well deserved.
Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, hallelujah.
That's right.
And so it was just, it's just amazing how people yell and scream at the cops, and they take it, and they take it. There's gonna come. Everybody has their breaking point.
I think there's somebody at the door.
I don't know. Yeah,
Can we get the door?
I think someone's at the door.
Oh, she got her earbuds.
Says
on.
earbuds. Oh.
Yeah.
I think there's someone at the
There's
door.
someone at the door.
Who is it? You don't want it.
But, it might be my daughter.
Yeah,
Back
probably
with-
her door.
Lisa, you should be opening the door, okay, man?
No, okay, man's not here, sweetheart.
It's Steve's daughter.
Yeah,
Steve's
my
over there
daughter.
outside the door.
Figured that.
I got food.
Oh, my daughter's always got food. She's got food
I
now.
do not always have food.
Yeah, but it's
Is that something to drink?
Yeah.
For those of you guys that don't know, my daughter's here from Missouri. She's out here on vacation, and I don't get to spend a lot of time with her, so she's been thank you so much. She's been here for a little bit, and I've been able to spend some time with her and stuff, and we'll get her on camera here in a minute. Say hi. Say hi to all her friends over in Motown. Mo, Missouri.
Oh, okay, Motown. That Motown.
Yeah, that Motown, not the other Motown.
Okay, I'm like Motown. Who should know it's Motown?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, yeah, I did Motown. But yeah, I got C4OC says, "What's up, Taz?"
What's up, baby?
Dan says, "What's up again?"
What's
Says,
up,
saying up there. So we're all just trying to get we're all just trying to get by, and especially musicians and everything.
Yeah.
California got shut down again completely.
Wait, what?
Yep, they shut them down today.
Right now. Today. As of right now.
As of right now, California shut down. They shut down all bars.
Wait, how do you shut down the ocean?
They shut down the ocean. I said
Well,
they
you
shut
said they
down
shut down
California.
everything.
Pretty much, it's California. Who the hell knows what they do? Wow, they shut down all kinds of crap down there. Well, we also got Mika in the house, Taz's beautiful wife.
That
You know it.
She goes, "Oh yeah, you better call me beautiful, motherfucker."
Well, as we call it, that.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun on the show and stuff. But yeah, I mean, those things. I mean, I don't get it. They allow these mass gatherings of protesters, rioters, looters.
Speak on it.
Yet you can't go to church,
Speak on it.
and you can't sing in church.
Speak on it. Now that's weird. Let me tell you something.
That's a WTF moment.
Right. I'm like, you can't even go to church no more. Now, I know there are a lot of kids out there who probably happy they ain't got to go to church. Because if you were like me, your mama forced you to go to church every day, every Sunday. It was Sunday.
Right. Twice on Sunday.
Yeah, twice on Sunday.
Sunday morning, Sunday night.
Sunday night. Then you got Tuesday night prayer.
Tuesday night Bible study.
Bible study.
Yeah.
Tuesday night Bible study.
Wednesday choir practice.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday.
Yeah. Some of it,
Bible
yeah.
thumpers.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Bible thumpers had Wednesday night, like teen night or something like that.
Yeah. So Thursday night was what? Thursday night was prayer.
Oh, so I don't know.
Oh, my God.
My church was twice on Sunday,
Yeah, two songs.
once on Tuesday night. Wednesday was choir practice. Friday night was Royal Rangers and Missionettes.
Football games.
Oh, okay.
And then Saturday was football day,
Right.
and Sunday after church was football between noon and 3. After that, we had to go back to church by 5.
By 5, yeah, because you got to be at church around 6:30. Church started at 7.
You know, church started at 6 and it ended about 8.
Eight?
It's 2 hours. 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours.
On Friday, Thursday night,
No, Sunday night.
Sunday.
Depending
Sunday
on,
night.
Yeah, depending on how. And we had to go to school Monday morning.
Well, when we went to church, it was Sunday night. You got to go back 6:30. Bob study 6:30. Then 7:00.
I'd
That's when
fall
they
asleep
start.
in church.
They start having to.
I'd go sit in the front row and I'd lay down and I'd go to sleep.
Dude,
Nobody
we
could
get
see
out, especially if there was a visiting church from out of
yeah,
state.
yeah.
Forget about going to school tomorrow because your mom's still gonna get you get out and go to school. But you want to keep us out until like 3:00 in the morning on Sunday.
me.
I'm
Mhm.
like, come on, man. So yeah, now it's weird that
Especially when
you
they
ain't.
had those watch services.
Oh, that's Friday night. That's Friday
The
night because you
watch
got you got to
services.
stay Friday night, pray all night, then Saturday, then you have breakfast, then you go home that round one.
No. You can go. You stayed there in church all freaking day long. Yeah, we were watching and waiting for God to come. Yeah, that's the kind of church I went to.
He's still waiting.
They're still waiting. All right.
How'd you get out the church building?
Good behavior.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's like prison, let you out for good.
That's it. Yeah.
man, yeah.
So people ask me, how come you don't go to church anymore? So I got let off on good behavior.
Man,
I don't have to go anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss church. I mean,
I miss some church.
man, what church you went to? What was it?
I've been to a few different churches.
Oh, you was one of those.
I kind of
Baptist church.
I kind of church topped a little bit. I grew up in the Assemblies of God church, where I grew up.
Those are cool. I like to go to those. They always have fun
Oh.
stuff every Sunday.
Yeah, talking weird languages and everything.
Well, that
Hallelujah.
no, you ain't never been in
They
a
start
you.
talking in tongues.
Oh,
If you got that's Kojic, that's Church of God in Christ. That's holiness. They call it holiness church. Speaking in
that's-
tongues.
Assemblies of God. Assemblies of God church.
Yeah.
I took her. She got scared. She was, Dad, can we go?
Mom took me to another one. I went in the nursery.
You want to sit down?
Another Bible thumper?
Yeah, just
No, I went to another Pentecostal church and I
Yeah.
went and
Oh,
hid in the
they're
nursery.
oh yeah, they're even worse than.
I went and hid in the nursery. They started scaring me. They told me about lamb's blood, and I was gone.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good for now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you
Sure.
go.
There.
Sorry we eating on now, but hell, we
Oh,
are
yeah.
family, so whatever, y'all, whatever.
I was hungry.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I
you
came
said you
to
went to Holiness,
Incredible.
you went to Church of God, not Church of God in Christ. You went to Assemblies of God.
Went to
So you're like
Assemblies-
the
Assemblies of God Church. I went to Baptist Church.
Baptist church. Before.
Went to Southern Baptist Church. Been to
Now,
a
Jimmy Swagger than a motherfucker.
been to a Louisiana Southern Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Oh,
Out there in the sticks.
went to a Mormon church for a little while.
Mormon church.
Hmm?
Mormon type churches?
Church of Latter Day Saints.
Yeah.
What makes
What
you
do they
go
call
there?
it?
Yeah, what
LDS.
made you go to a Latter-day Saint church? That's on
It
Saturdays,
was
right?
something different. No, Sundays.
What? Because they let you have more than one wife?
Which one?
What? No.
This girl.
Are you kidding?
This one
I can barely
She's
handle
the
one.
type
Woman
of
said
chick
they can
that-
handle more than that.
This is the type of chick that'll get you in trouble. You gotta watch out.
Hey, you know what? Hey, guess what?
Hmm.
She is my daughter.
Yeah.
And
It's,
what?
two, it's two of them.
And what? Yeah. And if you guys don't believe me, look, you want to see double? Here we go.
Hi.
See that? You seeing double now? She is my kid. Poor kid. She looks just like me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people go, "Oh, she looks just like you." I said, "Yeah, poor kid." But yeah, it's just it's all good. You know,
Makes me wonder
Sunday
what my
school and
boyfriend was
church.
thinking.
when I was a
No.
kid, what?
See what I'm saying?
What's she wearing?
You see saying double? Wonder what my boyfriend was thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, Eddie, you think she has a bad temper? Where do you think she gets it from?
Wow.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. I realized giving I got to actually talk to her boyfriend the other day. It was actually pretty funny. He gets on the phone. He's expecting a nice, polite hello. And I went, "What?" He's like, and I went,
That's how you talk to him. That's how you talk to the
"Oh, yeah.
boyfriend.
What?
The hell you want?
Told you. What you want?"
Calling 3 o'clock in the evening. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What the hell you want?
And then all of a sudden there was a recording that goes, this call has been recorded. I said, "Yes, please." And play it over and over for him. Yes, I know.
Stupid recording. These calls are more than recorded.
Yeah.
I'm like, good. I hope you guys are getting a good laugh out of this week.
Oh.
So I don't remember when I talked to my stepson on video when he was in jail.
Right.
They all said, the ladies in the background goes, "Oh, yeah, you do know these are all being recorded." I said, "Yeah, I know." I'm talking to them and we're just going back and forth.
Yeah.
I had them in stitches. They were just cracking up laughing.
Oh,
Listen to your stepdad.
yeah.
I make some sense sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sometimes. Get a look from her. Yeah.
I feed you.
Thank you. I know. Yeah. I ate before you came over.
Man,
Okay.
boy.
What's that?
Think about the boy Trump.
What I think about my boy Trump?
Yeah.
I think if everybody would leave him the fuck alone, he could do the job that he's meant to do, and he would stay off of fucking Twitter, I think he'd be all right.
Cut off your thumbs.
I honestly think that.
You know what? I
think
thought
that-
about putting my name on the ballot this year.
Why not? Kanye West is running. Why not?
It's it. It's
I'm
just,
glad I'm not the
Why
only
would-
one who found that hilarious.
It is. I saw that and I
Oh.
went, Kanye West, what's he gonna do? He's gonna get up on stage after he's being elected and go, "Beyonce has the best video ever." Really? Come on. And The Rock?
He finna run too?
Yeah.
I could see him as president. But
Yeah.
he's a good looking man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
They're both shaking
and
their
his inauguration.
Right.
All right, thank you for electing me. Can you smell what President Rock is cooking?
Well, we had the Terminator for a governor.
That was governor.
Anything can
Run to
happen.
the chopper. Get to the chopper.
You know what? What if we had people like you know who would make a good president?
Who?
Denzel Washington.
Morgan Freeman would make a better.
No, Morgan Freeman would have a diaper to change before he call himself trying to make a change.
Oh, Lord.
Are you
Why is that
serious?
no?
He pulled that one out of my head. I don't like
No,
that.
but no, Morgan Freeman would sit there and just goes, "Now you really think
It sounded like
we're
that.
going
No, you know
to
who
take your shit?"
You know who we would have? We would have him as president, but have Matthew McConaughey as his voice.
Oh,
All right,
God.
all right,
It almost sounded like.
all right.
What do you do?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, but yeah, I thought about putting my name on the ballot this year.
Go ahead.
Vote for me.
I'll vote for you.
That's right. God dang right. I appreciate that.
I'll vote for
That's
you.
right. Hell yeah.
You know why?
Hmm.
I can just see you up there. All right.
Free weed on Thursdays.
Yeah,
No,
Here it is. Here's my political view. Say it, Tazz.
yeah,
Here's my-
that's right.
Say it,
That's
Tazz.
all we gotta
Come on,
say.
Here's my say it, Tazz.
That's right. Two sizes small. Go back and exchange them for a large.
If you got that string bikini just sticking up your ass,
Make sure it's tan.
fit right in there.
Here we go.
You got to go way out there. You just got to go beyond
Man,
that.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do that again. What the hell is?
Guys know what this means. Guys know.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you a question. He said something about if your girl's butt, right? Here we go. If your girl's butt can fit between that
In your fingers.
and the
If your girl's butt can fit between your fingers, that's a perfect woman for you.
my neck size is bigger than that.
Hey,
I think your wife's about to beat
that's
you.
not.
And she might do it by driving on the
That's-
left-hand side of the road.
That's not my
Oh, yeah,
philosophy.
no,
That's
no.
what I was told. That's what I was told.
You know, but yeah. So what do y'all think? I don't want to ask how big your woman's butt is. I just don't want to ask that question.
How's that song go? I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yeah, right. That's right. If you can't, that's right. Give me a meal. They're gonna advertise. You know.
Oh, what was that? Oh, it was on TikTok. There's a lot of girls that are saying this. If you think, what is it? Something about, oh, I'm not a snack. I'm a meal, and everybody knows that the meat ain't done unless it has grill marks on it.
What?
You talking about stretch
The
marks?
fuck?
I know. I'm telling it wrong, but it's really it's funny.
Do we say that or do y'all say that? No,
They say that.
no.
I'm not a snack. I'm the whole meal.
When they this big around, no, they ain't.
One.
More like a slider.
A single slider, is that, right? Not a double.
Where's the beef?
I ain't that small. I'm glad I ain't that small.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
God dang.
Yeah. Some women got to add a little bit of meat on them.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Girl
mean,
with her
I
salt
got
needs to have meat on her.
I gotta. That's you. That's you all day long, right there.
No, that's why I said she's my kid, man.
Mm-hmm.
She comes by her smart assery honest.
Yeah, both sides.
Mm.
Yeah.
You and mom.
Yeah.
So what do you I'm gonna ask you a question.
Ask me. Say it, Tazz.
What the whole you know prices on airlines went up?
Airline prices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, high as hell. How the folks gonna get home for like Thanksgiving, New Year's, and Christmas and stuff?
Planet.
I think they're I think they're canceling those due to COVID.
And it's gonna be something. Man, they
Kidding. I don't.
so they
know.
still
so
they
full
still in
shit.
Christmas this year. So they gonna steal
Hey.
Christmas this year. They Grinch stole Christmas.
Yeah, Sisalak stole Christmas. All the main thing is, I mean, if you really look at things, look at how things are. If you look at Republican ran cities and you look at Democratic ran cities, which ones run better? And we got what, 6 weeks of unemployment left that people are trying to get that, and some people haven't even gotten yet.
No, I didn't even get mine.
I couldn't get one. I got one of the first stimulus check that came out
Right.
for $1,200.
Right.
I didn't apply for it. I just got it.
Well, the stimulus was for everybody.
Art
You
didn't
didn't have
get it.
to.
My uncle didn't get it. Or your uncle didn't get
Why?
my uncle. I don't know. Didn't get it. He filed his taxes just
That's
like I
his
did.
dad is the uncle's brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, everybody, this is my uncle's brother. He told that to my daughter. Hey, I'm your uncle's brother. He did. See, he admits it. He did. Didn't you say that? It's not what you meant
y'all
to
know
say.
what I mean.
Not what you
Y'all
meant
know.
to say, but it's what you said.
We look alike anyway.
Oh yeah, can't you see the
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'd have wore my burn unit shirt, then yeah, we'd have two hands up. Got a hand right there, right? What?
Two hands.
You'd have two hands up.
We look a hand job and just two hands.
No,
Mm-mm.
I said we'd have. Your burn unit shirt has a hand on it.
Right. So
If I wore my burn
we'll
unit
have
hand
two
up,
hands.
we'd have two hands.
That's what he said.
Where's your mind at?
No, where your mind at? Who cares about a fucking two hands? Don't nobody care about no two hands. Fuck that.
Hmm.
Or what? You just want one
I
hand?
guess he means it only takes one, Dad.
I guess so.
Shut up, Tazz. Don't say that. You know what, y'all? No, I'm not going. No, I'm not going there. I'm gonna leave that one alone. No.
Yeah, you done stepped in shit now, didn't you?
Because if you fucking with me, you're gonna need 8 hands. No, I'm good. No.
Wow. That's gonna be pretty big if you got many hands.
And the truth shall set you free.
Right. Tell your
Wow.
grandmama I said hello. No.
Speaking of grandma,
Oh wow.
got a joke for you.
All right, we'll go.
That just starts.
So-
wrong.
So, yeah, really, it is.
Joke of the day.
Guy's hanging out with his friends at the bar, right? He's like, oh man, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I got to get home. My wife's going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
No, just stay. It's all right. It's all right. So he stays for a little bit, then he hears last call.
Right.
Shit, I'm going to get so much trouble. He goes, no, man,
Right.
here's what you do. You won't get in any trouble at all.
Right.
Go home. Don't leave the lights off. Just sneak under the covers and just start munching out. Just
I
start
heard this
doing
one.
that.
And you don't know if she washed
No,
them?
no,
Oh, sorry.
just go down there. Just lit.
Okay.
Shut up, Tazz.
Okay.
Shut up, Tazz.
Let him finish.
Let me finish.
It's bad enough.
So you do that. So he goes in there, sneaks in, goes in there, doesn't turn the lights on, leaks out. So he gets up to go wash up.
Shut up.
So he gets up and goes to, well, I know you guys don't do that, but other people of other colors do.
Yeah, you do.
You fucking around.
Okay. All right. Well,
And the truth comes out.
I
Yes,
stand
we
corrected.
do.
You know what?
there
See?
you go. Anyway, so
Now we got 2 hands.
so
No.
so he does that, right? So he gets up, he goes to the bathroom. As he goes to the bathroom, he sees his wife in there, and she goes, "Don't wake your mom up."
He got all kind of worms.
Hey, he didn't get in trouble for coming home late.
Mm. God, you should have told me that one the other day.
Home cooked
So
meal.
bad. That made it 10 times worse.
Right?
No, he said a home cooked meal.
Hey, get it while it's hot.
Ew! Oh my god!
Gotta blow the dust off it first. No, I'm
No.
That was bad.
I hit the one that did it. I didn't do it.
Yeah, that was bad.
But
To
he
blow the
okay.
dust off.
He
That
just-
was
I didn't say
No,
nothing about
He
blowing
just
dust
went
off.
in and went in. I would.
Oh, you want to fan it off first, right? You get it off.
Oh, you would have dusted it off first to make sure you think.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that
Put the
went
put
a
the
whole
goggles
nother
in and
direction.
re-whack it off first.
Right, exactly. You might catch some snakes in there or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh.
okay.
Mm.
And then takes a big old gulp of his drink.
I got a
That
joke
makes
for you.
sense. Oh no.
I got a joke for you.
All right.
Joke of the day. Huh?
Okay.
No.
What do you call a paraplegic A quadriplegic in a wheelchair.
A quadriplegic.
Yeah, in a wheelchair.
Helpless.
Virgin Mobile.
How you know he didn't lose it before he got in that wheelchair?
You never know.
You never know.
I'll never tell.
You would.
Call his mama first.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
So I heard you got a CCW now.
Yeah. I got a CCW.
In your new security company.
Ballman Productions. I'm
Ballman Security.
Ballman Security. No, it ain't no Ballman. You almost had me saying that Ballman Security. It's not bad though. Well, what I want to do is I want to come up with my own thing. Elite body protective and retrieval. You know.
Body protection and retrieval.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you need me to go and get something. If you need me, you know what I'm saying? If you need to collect on a debt or something, I'll go and retrieve for you.
Oh, who's your buddy?
Killer.
You know, a bodyguard service.
Right.
Pretty much basically like that. Just do my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And plus it's crazy out there now.
Oh yeah, it is. It's really crazy. Out there.
And I'm just, you know, I'm not. I know that everybody probably thinking I'm just the violent guy when they see me and whatnot. I know I'm really a respectful cat. You know me. You know, I don't hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt a flea, but
dude, you're one of the most gentlest giants I know.
Man, when it comes to family, I don't.
Oh, yeah?
I don't play with that. And so
as nobody should. I mean, family's family. I mean, it's really crazy when you start thinking about what people do and how people how people are with things. You know, how do you react to things?
Right.
What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Thanks again. There's Big Mike right there. He's part of our. He's in charge of all this whole thing, and he's gracious enough to let us use his humble
Thank you,
abode.
Mike.
So thank you so much for letting us be here, hang out, and
Thank you.
take over your world for a little bit.
Can we get some light out here, Mike? Cause I can't even see myself on this thing.
Hey, sure, give it a smile.
Smile. Hey, my buddy Tony does the same thing.
Y'all can see me, right?
Do what? Smile.
Yep. Just turn on some light, cause you know what? He's fucking around now.
Got to open up your eyes a little bit more and smile. What?
You know
You
what?
a dog motherfucker, man. You dog.
So that's what. So I'm Mr. Darkness.
No, you're dark.
So I'm Twin Darkness.
No, you're dark chocolate.
So I'm Milk Darkness.
You're dark
Yes, you
chocolate.
are.
We got dark chocolate.
And Darky.
That's
You know
coming
what?
from her.
Dark,
His wife.
Dark Lives Matter. Fuck y'all.
Darkness.
What?
Dark Lives Matter.
Hey, all
You know,
lives
all-
matter. If you
all
gotta
lives.
put a color
All color.
or a shade in front of it,
Oh,
you're
it got.
racist.
Why I gotta be a shade? Why I gotta?
Why I gotta be ashamed?
I gotta be a shade. Oh, you wasn't no Tazz.
Can't we all just get along?
Can't we
all? Wouldn't be American.
We all just get
I
unless
like
you're
that.
Canadian.
I like that.
Unless you're Canadian. Then if you're Canadian, then who cares?
Well, if you're Canadian, you're not exactly American.
Yeah,
So.
you have your wall.
Mm.
Your wall is the United States of America. That's
Country
your
was
wall.
founded by terrorists. You realize that, right?
What's that?
Country was
This
founded
country
by
was founded by terrorists,
Yeah, that's true.
according to the king.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kill her.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so we
The
got a little bit more
answers to
lights on
it.
there. What up, buddy?
Yeah, we got the dog.
Got a little
the
puppy
snake.
here.
I kill her.
Get out of here. Get out of here, sweet baby. Get out of
It's
here.
like, nah, on a bite.
He's one of
Give me the food. Give me the food.
Give him that.
No, you can't have people
Can't
food
have
and
it,
you'll
no.
shit all over the
Hey,
place.
right, you'll be all over the floor.
It'll be all over the floor.
You'll be looking at me.
Yeah.
I gotta clean it up.
Not the floor, to be the flow.
That's nastiness.
Because let the bodies hit the floor.
Right.
Or in this case, the French fries.
Right?
Oh,
Hey, Mike, there's extra burritos and tacos if you want anything.
Thank you. I just ate farmers. I don't need to stuff another bite down.
shoot, farmers ain't no joke, boy.
Yeah, Farmers is actually pretty good.
God,
Farmers burgers,
yeah,
Never had.
they
they're
ain't,
pretty good.
they ain't no joke.
Almost like fat burger.
Yeah.
You ever
Never
a
had
fat
that either.
burger? Would you want to have a fat burger?
I don't know.
And the creator says up there.
Oh,
He like
there is light. Blinded by the light.
See, now you can see me. This dude reflects the light. You see,
You see,
he
yeah,
looks like a light bulb. Look at
I'm
this.
shining off of me so it'll lighten him up some.
You motherfucker.
What? You said it. You said it,
This
fucker.
motherfucker. I'm shining off of him.
May the
well,
good
you
Lord
just said
shine a
the
light
light
on
was
you.
reflecting off of him.
It's my halo.
Yo, halo.
Yeah, with the
I'm
horns
like,
hanging it up.
Halo.
That's one reason I don't swim in the ocean. If I get in there, even the moonlight, sharks can see me for 40 miles.
You're a luminescent.
Mhm.
You're like,
Oh,
"What's that
man.
glowing?" I don't know, but let's take a bite out of it.
It's glowing. It might
Make
taste good. No, so
Look
yeah.
at- Put this in the back, please. Put that in the back. 'Cause the dog is he following.
Who's your dog?
Yeah. Thank you.
Come here, killer. Come here, killer.
Come on.
Come here, killer. Come on.
So yeah, so we were gonna have a couple more people come over, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that kind of
It,
we'll do that next
we'll
time.
do it next time.
Yeah.
I mean, I rather, I'm a solo individual anyway, and what I rather do is
Oh,
it only takes a storyteller to tell one story to a million people. It don't take a lot.
Mhm. That's true.
So I
That's
consider
true.
myself-
And you are good. You're a good storyteller.
Yeah.
And you didn't help your pedals up either.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I got a project I'm in mind to put together actually.
Mhm.
Because I realized that I guess you guys see me on Facebook asking about other musicians, about fusion musicians, jazz musicians, because let's just face it, all we got here are just rock cats. And nothing to the rock cats. Nothing to the rock cats. And I love them all, love y'all. I'm just looking, I got a project that I want to try to add, some fusion and some jazz,
Mhm.
to the mix or whatnot.
Okay, so explain to me this fusion part, because I understand jazz, I understand rock, I understand a lot of the different genres, but what does fusion entail?
Fusion, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of, with me personally, it's a mixture of experiences in life. It's a mixture of my highs, my lows, my ins, my outs, my come-ins, my go-ins, and it's to put it all in a pot to come up with something else unique to actually tell your story or explain who you are. Now, with me, me being African, French, Portuguese, and from Brazil, my mom's African. I love African music. I love the rhythms. I love the way that it tells the story on. It's a language. It's a conversation, and
That's more percussion,
right. And with my Latin, being Brazilian as well,
Mhm.
that's a lot of expression in Latin music. Latin percussion is a lot of brights, a lot of sharps, a lot of explosiveness. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you have the explosiveness with the conversation, right?
Okay.
So it's expressive conversation, and I use jazz as well. You know what jazz is? It's a mix of all music. You know what I mean? It's just that it's that full spectrum of colors, and I tie that all together.
Mhm.
So I come up with I dubbed my style of drumming expressive conversational drumming. And what that means is, like I said, I love to tell the story. When I play drums, it's not just me banging and hitting drums and 30-second notes, flams, diddles, quarters. It's not it. Everybody who's not a drummer knows how to play drums.
Mhm.
I mean, if you know how to clap on beat or off beat, that's percussion. That's a rhythm. So you don't have to be a drummer to know how to play drums. You have to be a storyteller to know how to use the alphabets, because everybody knows how to know what the alphabets are.
Mhm.
But to make your own fusion of language, your own language, you find your experiences and you write those same alphabets differently, but in the same way to make your own point to share with someone else.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So with fusion with me, it's I listen to a lot of things. I listen to rock drummers. I listen to not just rock drummers, rock music, fusion, neo soul.
Mhm.
Neo soul is more like India Arie, Jill Scott, Angie Stone, Music Soul Child, the underground,
Mhm.
smooth the soul.
Okay. I got you.
And then you have, I love, like I said, fusion, more like the fusion jazz is more like Chick Corea, a Pat Metheny, Jaco Pastorius, you know what I'm saying? That in a whole mix of that whole genre of music, to add it together to express your own self through that. That's fusion,
Okay.
right? It's like taking your experiences as a captain on a boat and
Mhm.
applying them to what you're doing right now. You put them together. That's a fusion.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
I got
that's the difference between me being a storyteller
Mhm.
and not just a drummer or a percussionist. There are a lot of drummers and there are a lot of non-drummers that are drummers, but there are only unique individuals who can actually tell a story.
Mhm.
You know, and I noticed that a lot of people don't give props to the percussionists a lot.
Mhm.
All they hear is just the congas and but they're too applied and distracted by the drummer,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Now,
The flash.
yeah, the flash, right?
Flash
So
and flare.
right from the drummer, right? So a lot of people say, like, a lot of people ask me, Tazz, when I play, it's an ongoing thing. There's no break, as
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
And I was telling you the other day, there is a break in my playing if you pay attention, but the only difference is between me and everybody else is that I don't just play the drum line. I
Mhm.
also play the percussion line as well.
Mhm.
So wherever there's the drum line, I fuse
Mhm.
everything together. So
Right.
I add that drum and percussion to everything I do. If I was just a drummer, I would stay on the 1 and 4, right?
Mhm.
Percussions, just all of that's what I infuse. That's my
Mhm.
fusion.
Right.
So it's just the language of the drum, the
Mhm.
creativity of the drum, the creativity of the percussion, the creativity of the patterns or the phrases,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
It to I make a roadmap. The roadmap tells the story on everything.
Mhm.
So when you notice the way that I played before, how I do certain techniques, it's not just to use because it's the technique I can use. It's not what, it's why,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And so I try to apply that every time I play, even with rock music, because it's my signature. It's I don't want to play and sound like the next drummer. I don't want to do that. That is
Mhm.
not me. Like, I get the cover drummers. I get it.
Well,
I
yeah.
get it. I've never been a cover drummer. I've
Mhm.
just never been a cover drummer. I've always was taught to be unique. Have your own thing going. God bless the child who has his own. If I ask you a question, I don't expect the man behind you to answer it when I asked you.
Mhm.
It's the same way with me. So I get it. There are a lot of bands and there are a lot of people that I play with that understands, and then I have some that don't, and I get that. That's the balance between the fusion that you have to create from.
Mm-hmm.
So I take a little bit of this and I take a little bit of that and I add it together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not what works. It's not to think while I'm playing what works, but why does it work,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't do a lot of what's. I don't do that. I don't do a lot of what's because a lot of drummers and a lot of drummers, you already know it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of drummers now take this thing as a spectator sport. Drumming has now become a spectator sport. It's not an artistic form anymore. And I want to bring that back to fruition, that it's not just an art form. It's a language.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way to write the alphabet. It's the way to count. It's the way to start. It's the way to end. It's all in the why rather than the what.
Right.
So that's fusion to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why rather than what.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. There's a lot of, I mean, like you were saying, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of drummers that are out there that are really flashy.
Yeah.
They put on a good show.
A good show. Right.
Because they have their stops and their stops and starts.
Right.
And their fills.
Right.
But then when you sit there and you watch them do all that, that's what it is.
Right.
And I watched a lot of drummers, and there's a lot of excellent drummers out there. Todd Turgeon, Craig Nielsen,
all those cats.
Mark Noir.
Yeah.
Just to name a few of them that are just excellent drummers.
Yeah.
And then I've watched all them, and then I've watched you. I mean, I've actually watched you fall asleep during practice and play.
Yeah.
Actually fall asleep, drool, everything.
Right.
Asleep.
Right.
Playing.
Right.
And I've seen you do that.
Right.
And I've seen you get excited about something. I've seen you just and having fun. You're smiling, you're laughing.
Yeah.
And you're going, and you have a very unique way of playing. And a lot of people want to play with you, but then they see how you play, and it's like, okay, this song has this tempo.
Right.
You tend to either speed it up,
right,
and fill every gap,
right,
to where nobody else knows where to come in and come
right,
where to come in and stop.
Right.
So it's hard. It's kind of hard to play with you.
Right. I get that. I get that.
But it's
I get that.
But it's a good thing because that's because when you get a song and you put all your fills in, and you don't have a gap in there, it creates it creates something new,
right?
And it's harder for other people to pick up on that,
right?
Because they're used to
I get that.
I
get that.
A time stops, pauses, and then it's like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're filling in my spot.
Yeah, I get that. See,
but it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. I get this, and this is something I've always wanted to say. When it comes to drumming and the language of the drum, there are certain things that I'm used to, right? There are certain letters that I'm used to writing. There are certain exclamations that I'm constantly saying. Now, when it comes to and I'm gonna say this, Lord help me, but I'm a sucker for time. Time signatures on my, and I can in a 4/4 count, 1, 2, I can keep that same 4, but in the middle of it, I can speed it up, and I think my problem is I think I assume, right? Everybody thinks or creates as an artist rather than a musician, right? And when a lot of people like you say I speed up, it's to some people it may sound like I'm speeding up, but if you really listen to the artistic way I'm doing it, it's still in the compounds of the same tempo.
Yeah.
it's
It's the same base.
it's
It's the same
exactly
bass line,
exactly
but you have all your other things that are in there that
that
make it sound
make
faster.
it exactly because that's
Yeah.
my thing is I assume that everyone thinks on okay, I'm a creator, I'm an artist rather than oh I'm just a musician.
Mm.
And I run into that a lot. And that's something that I know that's my signature. I
Mhm.
can play I can play let's go Jukebox Hero.
Mm.
I hear that so many ways. I know the tempo is me. I'm thinking like, but still in the confines
Mhm.
of that, and also trying to feel in everything because I'm not just thinking as a drummer now.
Mhm.
I'm also thinking as a percussionist.
Mhm.
If I'm playing drums, what would the percussionist play?
Mhm.
So when you get me on an actual set or a band, you're actually getting a drummer percussionist.
Mhm.
And that's what I consider myself, a
Right.
drummer percussionist.
Mhm.
I play like a lot of people say you're a drummer that wants to be a percussionist or a percussionist that thinks like a drummer.
Mhm.
I'm both.
Right.
And that's why it's easier for me to play jazz and
Mhm.
fusion and world fusion and because it's all in there, even rock.
Mhm.
But with jazz, we can take it and do millions of
You do a lot more.
it'll do it, and
Right.
that's exactly
Sure.
my thing. I don't try to recreate the wheel.
Mhm.
What I try to do is add to the experience
Mhm.
with another type of experience.
Right.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it clashes.
Mhm. So
And
here's what. Okay, so when you said about the wheel, there's different kinds of wheels.
right,
There's different wheels with different spokes.
right.
Fewer, some more. Your wheel is full of spokes.
It's
There's
right.
the jazz part of it, or not the jazz part. There's like say there's the R&B side.
Okay.
There's about 4 or 5 spokes in there. If you
Okay.
want anyone, because
Yeah.
there's so much they can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Rock, there's probably about 6 or 7,
Yeah.
8 spokes in there.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Speed metal, a lot more.
Yeah.
Because with speed metal, it's the speed. It's it's the speed of the drum, the speed of the guitars, not necessarily the speed of vocals,
Right.
but it's the speed of, how many notes are in a bar.
Preach on it.
you know.
Preach on it. Yes.
So I get your meaning of this.
Yes.
We're not reinventing the wheel.
Yes.
We're just adding more spokes to it.
That's all I'm. Yes.
There's more lines in
exactly.
it. So,
Exactly.
and then with yours is so full that
Yeah. Yeah. You're
you
right.
could play nonstop.
Yeah.
You can
yes.
end a song. You can end a song on one note, and then the next song it's right in there with the next thing, and you're like
Exactly.
nonstop.
And I'm still and I that's the way when I was in high school in the drum line.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody ever been in a band, a drummer who's ever been in the drum line, you always know that the drummer never stops. It goes from one section to the next, and the band, the horns may stop playing,
Mm-hmm.
the woodwinds might stop playing,
Mm-hmm.
but the formation never stops moving. They never stop. If they stop, they mark time. They're still moving, and
Right, and still there's a click.
it's still. And so when it comes, hey, sweet baby, and when it comes to
Shaggy.
when it comes to drumming with me, I was always taught, even within a percussion line, even in the drum circle, there's always call and response.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a call, there's always going to be a response. So there's always constant movement. There's always constant notes. There's always constant expressions going on. And what I try to do is when I'm playing any music or any genre, I try to keep that experience. If there's a a lot of energy in a certain music, I try to keep that energy with the techniques or the way that I play. I try to keep that whole energy. And sometimes, like you say, being on tour, I sometimes just, you may have to play 2 or 3 hours on a set, and the people on stage, they're going backstage to change clothes. You're the only one still on stage playing until everybody comes back. And I've always been that drummer. I've always been that drummer. They go change while the musicians are still on stage, or the drummer is on stage until they come back on stage. And that's what I'm used to doing, and it just stuck with me. So I guess that constant play everything that's pretty much basically how I fall in line with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What?
You ain't even paying attention to me.
I heard you.
And then did that whole story.
Talking about being the drummer on stage when they have to do their set changes.
Your daughter heard everything I said.
I heard what you
And I
said.
was playing
Yeah.
paint. I was playing shoot the paint.
But other than that, it's that's the difference between my playing and what I say fusion. I consider myself a fusion drummer percussionist. So yeah, that's fusion again to me.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. It's really cool. We're probably gonna take a little break here, get you set up,
Yeah.
and
play some
get
drums for you guys.
so you can play a little bit. Tell us a little story.
Tell you a story. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So, what kind of story are you gonna tell?
What's going on?
Okay.
What's going on? I don't know a lot. I don't know how to explain a lot using the alphabet, but I can share with you what I think it means.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my way, it's a factual opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will
That's
consider
cool.
that. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take a break here. We're gonna play some music for a little bit while he gets all set up, and we will be back in just a little bit. We'll leave the hide your kids, hide your wife.
They raping everybody.
They're waving everybody. Ain't nobody got time for that. Run me outside.
That lady
taking all
remind me of a lady I used to know by the name of Juanita. She used to be in church.
Good Lord, there's a fire.
She was that lady who always would sell snacks in the back of her trunk. That's that. Sister Juanita.
All right, so I got some Mantis for you, and I got some Zero Sun from Ireland. I got some Face Down, and I got some GTM5 with the Cold Truth, and also Come On Mofer, Come On by C4OC. So anyway, we're gonna play some of that and let you guys hear that, and we'll be back here in just a minute and get you some live drum percussion fusion type
cool.
stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back here in just a bit.
Yeah. You hot?
She gives up wings from the starry eye. She looks in the camera, she's fine. Her breath of the perfect right. As the lights turn red, she gives a stranger in. She's ready to bring him. She compromises dignity just right. A painted lady paints her nails the color blood red. Far and far away she drifts. Eventually the train subsists. She's ready to play him on the rolling rod of broken dreams tonight. A painted lady gives her heart away. Yes, the painted lady, she feels everything. A painted lady gives her heart she just tells her wings into go and close your eyes. I'll sing you a lullaby. The world is not to blame. You know you're out to change. So you compromise yourself for someone else's pain. There's no one left but you. You can take the blame. Painted lady.
So in essence, is it total darkness? It is darkness, but that's not the only thing there. There's more to it. There's shadow. So what exactly do you find in the shadows? Solitude, calm, fear, uncertainty. No, not always negative. When would you find yourself in this place? There's there right now.
just have a curfew. That was me. before you put this on. This is go at the end of your boob. And it would be Monster Bad Boys. You could tell them that too. So this is what-
All right, everybody, we're going to get here another 55 seconds and we'll start.
Okay.
All right, hang on.
You bet you want this light turned on here?
Yeah, turn that light on.
Yeah, and then I'll move this over that way.
Can you see me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
I ain't no shadow, am I?
No, you'll be all right. All right, everybody, we're back here and going to get Tazz Washinton going on here live for you. So as soon as you're ready, buddy, go ahead and push play up there.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we're doing it. Here we go. tell you, man, that's great, man. I can listen to you play all night long, man. You got one more?
One more. With brushes.
With brushes?
Yeah.
All right. And there you have it, man. That's Tazz Washinton, drummer, percussionist extraordinaire. Playing with his hands on that one. That was pretty good, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
That was good. It's a good thing. Well, that about does it for us, people. We're going to end with that. And hope you guys enjoy your evening. We'll see you guys next time right here on C4OC Radios for Revolution Radio 2 Mondays. It starts off at 6 o'clock in the morning with live from the captain's chair and ends up with this show here with live with the captain and Caveman. Even though Caveman's not here, we wish him well and speedy recovery and everything else like that. And we will catch you guys next time. We're out of here. Peace, man.